today, this is my trade that I caught today. I caught 6.50 points. And you know what's crazy? I could have caught, because my original take profit was right here. This could have been a 4R trade. But I need to get better at holding to my targets because I hold to my stop loss, but I need to get better at holding to my target. My last two green trades, they both came to my target and I didn't hold to my target fully. And I understand that there'll be times where we come close to my target and then we reverse, or but I was just watching Bookmap and we was at this demand zone. But the reason why I got out is because we were overextended and then we were at this demand zone. And because we were at this demand zone, I was thinking maybe, and I'm seeing us bounce back and come down. So I'm thinking like, dang, maybe I might get, what I'm saying, stopped out or whatever, you know. And today, mentally, like trading, I wasn't like I didn't want to trade today. No, it wasn't that I didn't want to trade today. I just didn't want to take a loss today. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta understand losing is part of the game, and if I stick with my risk management system, I could take 2 or 3 losses, and if I take 2 losses and I catch a runner, I will be back. I will be in profit because I'll trade a 3-to-1 RR. Or if I take 3 losses and I catch a 3-to-1, then what I mean, I'll be back where I was. I need to understand that. But on the live stream, I broke down why I took this trade and stuff like that. So if you want to see it, you could go back to the live that was today. Uh, um, but other than that, well, actually, maybe I could just show it to you guys here. All right, so yeah, I'll show it to you guys here. What candle was this? You know what I'm saying? All right, so this was the 947 candle. 947. All right, so I'll show you what made me get in at 947. All right, so let me take this off of there. All right, so look, at 947. At 947, we pulled back. We were heading down to that demand zone, but I didn't want to go long at the demand zone because below the demand zone, there was a lot of liquidity resting at the 6250 level, right? So that's what I wanted to go long from. But then I didn't want to have to fade this move. But I'm gonna show you how that played out after. So when I saw liquidity was put on up here and we were reversing back up here, I was like, okay, if we could come back up here, fill these orders, I'll go short. And then they had like this staircase type of limit order position where like the passive participants kept, what I'm saying, like a little like a downward staircase. So I was like, all right, obviously the sellers are trying to push this down. So I hesitated for a little bit, but then I got in. So I got in here targeting the 6251, right? And but then as you can see what the market was doing, we were overextended and we kept bouncing back, bouncing back, bouncing back. But then eventually, as you can see, the market came down and went to my tape profit. But I'm not really worried because I'm still in year 2 of my trading journey. I understand I'm going to eventually catch, well, like I'm gonna get better at holding to my targets. You know what I'm saying? So I just gotta and I know that there'll be times where the market's gonna do this. There'll be times where, and I gotta be okay with this because this is part of the game. I gotta be a little bit more mechanical. But I know there'll be times where the market, where I get in here, goes up, goes up, goes up, goes up, comes super close to my take profit, and then reverses back and stops me out. Because that happened to me before. That's happened to me before where, what I mean, it came close to my take profit. And so I think that's kind of why I'll be exiting early. But, what I mean? But there's also going to be times where it comes close to my stop loss and reverses down. You understand what I'm saying? So I just gotta understand, like, what I mean, it's all part of the system. And as long as every single day I'm coming, doing my analysis, taking high quality setups, and not over trading, taking my one trade a day, following my rules in the long, and having my high risk reward system in the long run, the odds are gonna play out in my favor. You know what I'm saying? Within the span of 1,000 trades, the odds are gonna play out in my favor. So I have to understand that and I have to be okay with that. But this was the trade. And we're getting closer and closer to passing and things of that nature. This is where it counts. I only need to make like $1,800 more. So, we're getting closer and closer, and I have to understand if I take a loss with my risk management system, it will bring me back to where I was or bring me back to where I was plus profit. So, this is trading. This is my authentic journey and stuff. And yeah, so I'm still in the combine stage, but yeah. So, hope you guys have a good one.